The one and only Richard Southern joins us now from 680. Hello, Richard, and happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday to you. How are you? What's new and exciting?
All the better for seeing you.
Oh, you're very nice. It's much nicer than Francis, you know, when he's on here with me.
I try. All right, stocks took another tumble today amid worries that a trade war is brewing between the U.S. and China.
Yeah, boy, you know, the Dow yesterday was down more than 700 points, and today, as you just saw off the top, down another 400-plus points. So Dow shedding 1,000 points over the past 2 days as, yes, investors eye this potential trade war between U.S. and China. China talking about some retaliatory measures that they could take today. DuPont, one of the big decliners in the Dow. We had Facebook stock down another 3.3%. Cynthia, Facebook's down 14% this week since that Cambridge Analytica scandal broke. TSX was lower today, but one sector that wasn't, the marijuana stocks, they were, excuse the pun, smoking hot on Bay Street today. Because you know,
you couldn't resist.
I know, it's awful. The Senate passed the second reading of the legalization bill for marijuana last night. And there was concern that maybe that wouldn't happen. It did, and so the marijuana stocks were way up today, but it didn't prevent TSX from sliding almost 200 points.
Interesting. Now, Dropbox, which we use here in our newsroom for video to share it, it went public on Wall Street today, and traders rushed to buy that stock.
Yeah, it went very well. The stock closed sharply higher. You know, this started as a free service to share and photos and videos and other large files. It's yet to turn a profit sin. They actually lost $111 million last year, but that's pretty common for startups who invest heavily in their business. Stock opened at 21 bucks, closed 35% higher than that. This is the biggest tech IPO since Snapchat last year, and it bodes well for Spotify. That music sharing service set to go public on Wall Street next month. It's valued at $19 billion. So investors were buying Dropbox today, but selling pretty much everything else.
Interesting. So the Toronto housing market has softened as recent months, and we've talked about that here. But something Doug Ford's tax plan could trigger a sales boom. Yeah,
and you're probably well versed on this, covering Mr. Ford as much as you have. He's talked, Cynthia, as you know, about getting rid of that 15% tax on foreign buyers that the Wing government put in last April. Ford has talked about how he favors a free market. He says it'll take care of itself, supply and demand. That foreign buyers tax has really cooled the market. Foreign buyers only account, we think, for maybe about 5% or a little bit less of all sales, but they really have a big effect on the market. They're big into the luxury component. So getting rid of this could trigger another big upswing for the housing market. It's worth noting as well that this foreign buyers tax has brought in $132 million into provincial coffers. What do you think about this? Do you think he would do that?
I think that is a very big possibility. I mean, he's certainly discussing it, and it'll be interesting because are you going to be in budget lockup on Wednesday?
Fortunately not. I was there with you last year, not this year.
I know. I'm going to miss you.
The
lunch is always the best part. Oh, okay. But we'll see what the provincial blueprint is for the budget, and then he'll be responding as well. So I will be sure to ask him that question.
Yes, please do. Please do.
All right. And let's go to the U.S. news. Big crowds are expected in Washington, D.C. tomorrow for the March for Our Lives. And this is the anti-gun violence rally organized by students. And on the eve of that event, there's yet another sign of how bad things have gotten in U.S. schools. And I can't believe this, Richard. Some are paying big money for gun shelters.
Yeah, this is actual pictures, I believe, from a classroom. And that's the gun shelter in the corner there. It's a Salt Lake City-based company, Cynthia, called Shelter in Place. It builds these custom military-grade huts designed to withstand bullets. They sell for $20,000, and they feature 6,000 pounds of steel. There's a camera on the outside that feeds through to a monitor on the inside. There's padded benches. They sort of double as reading rooms normally in a classroom. The market for school security in the U.S. booming, unfortunately. It's a $2.7 billion industry now. Cynthia, sad sign of the times.
It really is disturbing. Unbelievable. Yeah. And you wonder how many schools could actually afford that.
$20,000, not cheap.
No. No. All right, let's switch to a lighter note. It is Friday. Toronto is about to get an interesting new building made entirely out of wood.
Yeah. Don't drop that match, Cynthia. This is George Brown College, and going to build a multi-story, a 12-story, all-wooden structure at its waterfront campus. And we're looking at the three possible designs here. They're going to pick one in the coming days. New technology has allowed for larger wooden buildings like this. In fact, in Tokyo, they're planning to build a 70-story, mostly wooden skyscraper. Currently, the world's largest wooden building is found at the University of British Columbia. It's an 18-story building. So George Brown going to get this. It's supposed to be more sustainable and more environmentally friendly.
Interesting. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, be cool.
All right. This story I'm really dying to hear more about. Luxury apparel maker Gucci is being mocked for selling a very expensive bag, and some people say it looks like a mop bucket. Let's see it. Come on.
Let's see. How much would you pay for this, Cynthia? It's only $1,200 Canadian. Yes?
No, don't think I'd pay $1,200 for that. No.
Gucci calls it the logo top handle tote. Comes in 4 different colors, said to be inspired by the shape of vintage beach bags, but many online say it looks more like a mop bucket. Other fashion fans compared it to everything from a laundry basket to a grocery bag to maybe even a watering can for your garden. It sells for 700 British pounds or about 1,200 Canadian, Cynthia.
I am sure some models out there would make it look fantastic if they're holding it in their hands.
It's all about how you wear it, right?
It's all about how you wear it. All right, Richard, have a fantastic weekend.
Same to you.
All right, see you Monday.